Does anyone know what day it is? Oh, I know. It's October 3rd. If you have not seen Mean Girls, you should watch it. It's a great film. When I realized it was October on Sunday, I was a little terrified because that means I spent the entire month of September in France. A lot of people have been asking me what classes I'm taking, and so I'm gonna just kind of give a summary of my classes. For the most part, I'm taking like French, reading, writing, speaking, and then within the same block of classes is the language classes. I have a French economics class and a French civilization class, and all those classes are with other international students at my French level. In addition to those classes, I'm taking an economic sociology course in a giant lecture hall with French students. I'm taking a tandem speaking class where I speak French to French speakers who speak English to me. And then I'm also taking a translation class from French to English, which as an English speaker, I'm at an advantage because I know how things sound right in English. The only interesting thing about that is our professor is British, and so there are some differences between American English and British English, and so there's sometimes things that he says that I wouldn't say, or things that I write that he wouldn't write, but he says that you can choose which type of English you want to use, and so he's not going to discount me for using American English. But he is just a lovely professor. His name is Stephen Morrison, and he has the most dry humor you can ever imagine, and he is just so savage every class, and I love it. It's truly amazing. On a more serious note, it's really sobering to hear about the news of the shooting in Las Vegas this week, and it's weird to feel so physically separated from, my country, in a time where there's kind of a crisis that's going on. And I felt the same when, the hurricanes were happening, and it's the sort of thing where part of you feels like you should just be with your family, and that's just something I can't do. But it is nice, there are a few other American students here, and then Stephen Morrison, the fabulous translation teacher, acknowledged to the class about the shooting that had happened and just really took a moment to acknowledge it. And even though I'm not directly affected by it, it is a horrible thing, and it's in times like these the world feels bigger and smaller all at once. The world feels bigger because I'm so far away from all of it physically, and I can't be with my family, I can't be with my close friends at home, but at the same time the world feels smaller because everyone around me knows about this news, like other French students, other international students, my host family. And so it's this interesting dichotomy of feeling a little more detached from everything that's going on in the United States, but also feeling like people do see what's going on. I send my prayers and love to all the people that were directly affected, and hope that our government can respond in a way that is constructive. But I always like to acknowledge that, there are beautiful, funny things happening every day, but there are hard, tragic things also happening every day, and it's like that cacophony, that mix of difficult things and beautiful things and tragic things and exciting things. It's like that is the stuff of life. And even just being abroad, there are days where, I eat something amazing and learn something so cool, but at the same time feel really lonely and have a really hard time expressing myself in French. And just that combination of really exciting, fun things and really difficult things are what make up this study abroad experience. One other course that I am taking here is a sort of internship where I facilitate an English discussion group with high school French students who are studying English. And the reason that this program exists is because in French schools, when they learn English, there isn't a lot of speaking training. There's this group called Polyglotta, which is based on the word polyglot, someone who can speak multiple languages. Every week I'm given kind of a subject, and I facilitate a group of 6 students, and we just talk in English and practice and learn. This week the theme of the Polyglotta group was travel, and so for this activity we created little skits based off pictures. And so now I want to read to you a couple of the skits that my students wrote because I think they are awesome and hilarious. So the first scene is a scene about a train being delayed. So someone's at the train station with their friend, and one person says, "Yeah, I'm so excited to go to Birmingham." The other person says, "Let's go see the information of departure." The other person says, "Let's go." "Oh, what the heck? Shoot, the train is delayed. I can't believe it. I know it was a bad idea to go to Birmingham. We have to go to London. Thanks for nothing. Bye." So, ended with a really dramatic ending. One student asked me, "How would you say goodbye but like you're angry at them?" And so then I gave them the phrase, "Thanks for nothing," and they really liked that. The second scenario is of 2 people on a date and they're trying to figure out how they're going to pay. "Dang it. What's happened, John? I don't know if I can use my credit card to pay." "Don't worry. If you can't, I can pay. I have money." "No way, Allison. You can't pay for our first date. Are you kidding me?" "Yes, of course you have to pay. You invited me." "Sorry, you're the guy." So I think I'm teaching my students some really, really useful skills for when they're on their first date with an American guy. I covered a lot in my video this week. It was a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. Thanks for coming along with me, and thanks for letting me be vulnerable. I guess you're not letting me. I'm being vulnerable and you're choosing to watch or not. Update, I still really miss giving everyone hugs, so please this week go hug someone you love for me, and I'll just hug myself. See you next week.